Hi everyone and welcome to another Oracle Guidance. Now before I get into the reading, I have a very special announcement to make. An announcement which I have waited to make for a very long time, but finally that time is here. So with great joy and honor and pride, I would like to announce the world that our platform, our website, 1millionnights.com has finally been born and launched, and it is operational. So through this mean, I would like to invite all of our readers, all of our viewers, all of our supporters to go and check out our website, our online platform. If you are guided to, you can create an account, log in, and our talented and unique spiritual advisors await you there. They would like nothing more than to share their gifts, their talents, their blessings with the world. And of course, what makes us so unique is that we have a myriad of spiritual traditions, a myriad of paths, a myriad of philosophies. So it doesn't matter what you resonate with spiritually, chances are you are going to find a specially dedicated advisor who can help you, guide you, advise you through their own unique skills. Of course, this doesn't go out just to customers and clients, but this also goes out for all spiritualists out there who have a gift to share, who are already out there shining their light in the world. If you would like to join our online platform, just log in, sign up as an advisor, and our clients and customers await you there. All traditions are spiritual paths, regardless of what you practice, how you practice it, you are welcome. And we're very sure that someone out there, a client, customer, is definitely going to resonate with what you have to offer. You set your own fees, you work whenever you have the time, the energy, so basically you are absolutely independent. I would also like to thank each and every one of you who supported us, who followed us, who shared and liked our content before our website was operational. Thank you so very much for all your patience, for all the kind words, for all the appreciation, all the love, and all the beautiful comments that you have blessed us with. Finally, the moment has come when our advisors can actually offer you personal readings, personal guidance, advice, whatever you would like. But of course, all our usual free content, all our horoscopes, all our daily readings, our pick a card, everything that we used to offer even before our website was launched is still going to be available the same way. But of course, since we are at the very beginning of our journey as an online platform, not just a blog, not just a YouTube channel, we are going to need each and every one of your supports, your shares, your likes, your reviews, your suggestions, and of course, if you encounter a bug or a problem or a technical error, feel free to contact us, feel free to send your feedback. We not only need it, but we greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much once again for your patience. It has been a really long road where the universe really tested our patience, our diligence, our wisdom. But finally, our platform was born, and I think this is just a reflection of the universe giving us the green light for all our patience, hard work, and investment. With these being said, now let's get on to the reading. As all oracle readings, these are spiritual messages, channeling of the spirit. Just take what resonates, what applies to your own situation, your own spiritual path, and discard the rest. The very first message is the Two of Swords reversed, clarified by the Temperance card. Now the Two of Swords reversed represents a spiritual guidance, a synchronicity, a divine message, or it could be a situation where you have to make a choice, but through rational, logical means, for example, communication, contemplation, asking the advice of an expert. So it doesn't really have to be like a spiritual method. You have reached a greater degree of clarity. Your mind comprehended, grasped the situation from various different perspectives. And that is why right now you feel much more illuminated, you feel much more stable mentally, and you are still trying to find a certain kind of balance between your emotions, as in the wisdom and the intelligence that lies deep within your heart, as in your feelings, and of course your mind, ration, logic, what would be the right thing to do from a very material or palpable perspective. Now the Temperance card represents that you shouldn't really jump into extremes. The solution to your problem or the decision you have to make, it doesn't really source from either the mind, neither the heart, because chances are that both extremes of the spectrum are one way or another incorrect, because, for example, the heart space doesn't really care about any kind of foresight, any kind of material or logical, rational diligence. It just cares about the inner truth, or for example, what the inner child desires. And when the inner child has a very strong desire, it doesn't see life, it doesn't look at things from the perspective of the adult. It just knows its own truth. It knows the feeling alive inside its heart, and that's all it cares about. While simply the mind, ration, cold logic might totally disregard the feeling in your heart. It might disregard your highest moral standards and principles, for example, and it would want to do the logical thing. And that can sometimes be survival mentality, the best possible choice for you as a human being who has to survive in society, at a job, at a career, so it won't really take into consideration your feelings. So that is exactly the Temperance tells you, to find a middle path, to find balance between the two, to find a rational way of enacting the feeling deep inside your heart, because you simply cannot discard your feelings, your inner truth, your principles, and not even what your inner child wants, because you're much more your inner child than you are your inner adult, because basically the inner adult is someone who has been severely conditioned by external reality, by education. If you have higher education and studies, well, that is something you simply cannot erase from the deep core of your mind. So basically, if you're unsure of your choice, of the decision you have to make, buy yourself time, because that is the very best thing that you can do, because throughout time, even if it's just a couple of days, even if it's just a few weeks, new information can still reach you. And of course we are in Leo season, which means that very soon Mars, from its home sign of Aries, which is sheer willpower, ambition, determination, is going to form a supremely harmonious conversation from the Sun in Leo, and Leo is the home of the Sun. So that means a celestial blessing of courage, of determination, of ambition, of sheer willpower. And maybe that astrological configuration is definitely going to help you, guide you, and inspire you towards the very, very best choice. Or if it has any risk attached to it, well, that is the moment when you're going to be really sure and confident of yourself and your choices. Next we have the wheel, clarified by the Ten of Earth. Now this represents a fated closure, but which gives birth to a wonderful new beginning. So this can be a very powerful karmic closure, which you have been waiting for, working for, hoping for the past 10 years of your life. Of course, this also represents that you have done all the work, you have done all the contemplation, taking everything in your life into retrospective look. You have done a lot of inner work to prepare you for this moment. Especially that in the past 10 months of your life, you lived a very unusual and strange reality. And by this, I don't just mean whatever took place on the world stage, because that was a massive influence, without a shadow of a doubt. That really spiked up all your senses, that really took you out of your comfort zone, but from the most pleasant expression. It just kickstarted your heart, it just kickstarted your ambitions. That was the very first moment when you actually became aware that a wonderful new future is being created, not just by you personally, but this is where all of humanity, all of the collective, for example, your local community, everything in your life is actually following the same patterns as you do, and something new is waiting for everyone equally. And that is exactly why it was an invitation to tap into the essence of all of your life experience. And you are a person who has a lot of life experience. You went through a lot of so very many different things, especially hardships, obstacles all throughout your life. So basically you're like a veteran warrior. Your mind can basically simulate, perceive, project everything that there is to it. Because you experience so very many sides, aspects, facades of life, of existence. You might have tried so very many different things throughout your journey. The 10 of Earth can represent, like entrepreneur kind of initiation. It can also represent a lot of higher education, a lot of studies, a lot of personal research. It can also represent totally different kind of work and experiences. But either way, the 10 of Earth represents that all those experiences right now are your true strength and are your true heritage, because that experience makes you an infinitely more valuable human being that you could ever possibly imagine. Especially that the 10 of Earth doesn't just represent your own experiences, but also everything that you have learned from other people who crossed your journey, or for example from your family, from your familiar circle, because you met a lot of people in this lifetime who had very powerful life stories, experiences, etc. And by listening to them, by working with them, by being open to those people, a little part of their souls, of their stories, of their dreams and experiences have been gifted to you because you were the listener. You, how should I even express myself? You appeared before them as an open and not judgmental person, something very unique, because they were unique people who no one else might have been ready to listen to them, to take in their stories and experiences. And the fact that you were a sympathetic ear or a helper or a supporter in so very many moments in your life, well, this is where now you're definitely harvesting everything that you have done. So basically the guidance of the universe is very simple. Very soon, that moment of great harvest, when the wheel of fortune turns for you, closing your past, but when it closes the past, it takes out the roots of the past from your soul, from your life. But the harvest, what is above the root, well, that is for you to take and keep forever. And of course, naturally, it also means a new beginning, which is very soon going to become alive, to manifest before your very eyes. But where that new beginning takes you is under a shroud of mystery, because it isn't anything that you anticipated. It isn't actually anything that you have expressly worked for. It is a surprise but in the most delightful sense from the universe. Because this is where the universe is going to show you that it never really cared about what you think or what you feel as, as a human being, but rather the universe has known profoundly who you are on a soul level. So this new beginning is custom designed for your soul, and when something resonates with your soul very deeply, so basically your human persona doesn't matter that much here in this picture. When something resonates with your soul, well, that represents ultimate happiness. Basically, that is what happiness is. And when your soul is happy, well, that is the kind of happiness which nothing can take away from you, because you don't cling to it, you're not attached to it, you're not obsessed by it. So for someone out there, or maybe for all of us collectively, this is the best possible news, because what we have been waiting for is coming. But don't look at this as, a jackpot and there it is, all your life is fixed. No, this will involve a lot of work. The divine gift is basically the opportunity of it and us being part of it. Now this next message is the 5 of Cups clarified by the 6 of Cups. Now this might not really be for everyone. This might be for a specific person who either is experiencing his or her Jupiter return, or it could be that the big karmic cycle of your childhood is once again repeating. Either way, the karmic theme is going back to your childhood. So in the very, very recent past, you might either have been flooded by memories, nostalgic feelings, maybe meeting randomly people from your very, very distant past childhood, even if it's just a simple hi on the street. It could be dreams taking you back to events of your childhood. But either way, this is how you know that the karmic theme is basically the same, but this also triggers a subconscious response, because there was a big karmic theme in your childhood which kind of shattered either your self-confidence or a big dream of yours. So either way, there is a very latent or an invisible, unpalpable, unperceivable melancholy playing out in your mind right now, because basically this awakens the inner child to whatever has happened to it. And whatever has happened to it, it doesn't really matter how it played out physically or the precise details, but more importantly, what matters is that it really, really disappointed you. The child that you were maybe perceived this as the universe disappointing you, or the universe being not very fair to you, or anything which has much to do with either a bitter taste, from a soul level perspective of course, or a disappointment, or feeling let down, feeling unlucky, feeling unfortunate, having to basically grow up in an instant, and this taking away your innocence, your childhood, etc. So, because your being is sensing that this cycle is already playing out once again in your life, it is basically trying to prepare your mind and your heart for the same kind of hardship which played out in your childhood. But the universe is telling you that you are prepared for a massive disappointment, but in the most positive, delightful sense possible, because you played all your cards correctly. You embraced responsibility, maturity, diligence, compassion, spirit of responsibility, duty, solidarity. And this is a very big thing, even if many times you just abandon yourself for other people. But in the eyes of the universe, what you have shown was that not only did you understand the karmic reason behind all your pain or your childhood trauma, but you actually work towards projecting the total opposite onto the world and everyone. This is exactly why, yes, the big karmic theme of your childhood is returning, but right now you are your own parent and not really your physical, your human parent, so to speak. So the karmic forces are taking your own actions and your own decisions throughout your life into consideration, and that is gonna be a totally different karmic harvest than you had in your childhood when you couldn't contribute because you were a child. So prepare for a massive surprise, because you're going to receive, the Six of Cups reversed, the total opposite of how your childhood was like. And if your childhood was full of, for example, hardship, some people poverty, other people loneliness, other people they didn't fit in, etc. Well, that is where the total opposite is coming and entering in your life. And it's definitely going to heal every possible disappointment that might have impacted your fragile soul, your psyche, etc. Now moving on to the next message, here we have the Gardener, which in this oracle deck is the Empress, and clarified by the Four of Earth reversed, which in tarot is the Four of Coins. Now this message is also for a specific person, someone who might have received a lot of synchronicities lately. Either, for example, if you are into tarot, the Empress card might have been popping up very, very often, or it could be where you just see the symbol of Venus or the symbol of the Divine Feminine, or maybe hear about Venus in songs or on radio, or any kind of synchronicity which has to, or maybe coins, like finding a lot of, or in numerous times, coins on the ground. The universe would like to make it very clear and specific of what this guidance actually wants to tell you personally. So basically, the message is that it is all about your self-worth. You might have done a lot of past work to really, really raise up your self-worth, to embody a much more healthier expression of self-esteem. May this represent taking care of your physical body, exercise, or getting into shape, or basically adapting a much healthier routine, or simply just taking much more care about your physical body. For other people, it was actually what they communicate about themselves. So basically, it could be the power of words. Be very careful how you speak of yourself, because you have to respect yourself even when communicating, even when addressing the self. So it has to be done with respect, with honor, and of course with a healthy sense of pride. For others, it can simply represent an attitude where, when you decide that you are right now, in this present moment, the most important person in your life, as in self-care, spending time with yourself, enforcing your boundaries, saying no, and using all your powers, including material resources, to nurture yourself, to be kind to yourself. Then you actually have to be consistent. You actually have to do it, not just decide that you're gonna do it, and then at the first occasion when someone tries to leech you, it really doesn't matter the intent here. Well, you have to say no. You have to be consistent, and you simply cannot discriminate people, because when you say I'm taking care of myself, well, that has to be for absolutely everyone, no matter who that person is. And the bigger picture is that the universe wants you to do this and be consistent with this, whatever it is that you're doing to enforce your sense of self-worth. Well, this energy, this frequency, it is necessary, because the universe wants to attract either a new love or a new kind of partnership in your life where that partner needs whatever you have to offer, as in your value, may it be as a professional, may it be psychologically, may it be in romantic terms, your inner Venus, your romantic distinctiveness. So either way, the universe is guiding you to the birth of a new partnership, and that is why you have to be very, very consistent with the way you view yourself, you speak about yourself, what you project and you show. Moving on to the next message, we have the World card clarified by the Three of Swords. Now this combination also represents a powerful closure, but from a psychological or emotional perspective, because you might be someone who either is after a difficult, complicated, or maybe painful divorce, ended a long-term relationship, ended a very, very strong friendship or partnership. It really doesn't matter the nature of relationship that has ended. What matters is that it has left you with a heartache, with a really, really powerful heartache, which maybe on one hand, at first, when it actually happened, you didn't even perceive it as such, because you had to be very, very tough. You had to be really strong. But then later on, of course, you kept realizing, well, that it actually hurts you, that it was actually painful, and it left a lot of scars, but naturally you went through a healing journey. Now for you guys, this is where the universe, individually, specifically for you personally, regarding of what you went through, ends this once and for all. But this can play out in a number of different ways. It could be a big apology from your ex or whoever wronged you or whoever caused your heartache. It can also be forgiving yourself and eliminating all shame and guilt from your heart. But it can also be someone new appearing in your life and making you feel the way you deserve to be treated. So either way, this is the universe's message telling you that bye-bye heartache, bye-bye wounds, bye-bye shattered soul, because something is coming in your life to regenerate you, to heal you, and of course for you to be able to trust your heart once more, because there is infinite power there. But for that power to be able to come forth, to externalize, for you to possess it, well, you need to basically, the Three of Swords in tarot is depicted like a heart with 3 daggers stabbed into it. You just need to remove those daggers slowly but surely. Of course, that doesn't mean that the memory won't exist, because it will definitely. It is a big life lesson. It is a big, big karmic lesson. But a memory is just a memory. It is just a scar on the heart. But if the daggers are removed, well, your heart can be free, it can breathe, and it can offer the love, support, and the heart energy of, whoever you choose, whoever is destined. Or maybe whatever. It doesn't have to be a person, it can be anything, an activity, a hobby, something that you basically fall in love with once again. And last but not least, we have the Magician clarified by the Six of Air. Now this message is really, really simple. You might be someone who has done a lot of spiritual, magical, or parapsychological work in the recent past. You might have wanted to manifest something big or solve a big problem through spiritual means with the power of your belief or inner alchemy, or attract something, an opportunity in your life. Or it could be something that has nothing to do with, material life. Maybe you just wanted to basically communicate with a superior being or a spiritual presence, or reach the next level of your magical work or spirituality. Either way, you really worked your socks off to manifest this, but of course it required a little bit of patience and you still don't have your cake. And through the Six of Air, maybe the universe is just smiling at you right now because you really have no idea what or how you stirred things up, as in the karmic forces, the energies. You have no idea how effective or efficient your magical work was, because something big is definitely heading your way, and the universe won't reveal to you how it is or how it's going to affect your life, but it rather reveals how it will make you feel, as in the emotional response that manifestation or whatever is going to produce in your life. And the Six of Air is the card of gratitude. It represents when you're overjoyed, when you simply live every moment of your life with deep gratitude, appreciation in your heart. That is when you feel so very lucky, cared for and protected by the highest forces. So however what you have worked for is going to manifest, well, this is going to be the emotional response it's going to trigger on your behalf, and I think this is more than sufficient to give you a picture of what you have actually conjured up already, just that you still need to see the manifestation of your work, basically. But also, through the Six of Air, it also tells you that it's already manifested, just that it hasn't entered your in your sphere of awareness just yet. So keep on the lookout. It's definitely going to come as a big surprise. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for staying with us. And now I can proudly finish the reading with the sentence I have been waiting for so long to be able to announce. If you'd like a personal reading, if you'd like some guidance, if you would like some more clarity with your own individual and unique situation, just log into 1millionnights.com and find your dedicated advisor who would like nothing more than to help you, guide you, and advise you. Thank you so much for listening. Wish everyone a blessed and safe day. Until next time, bye for now.